Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Midweek Minute. I hope you are having a fantastic week and staying warm. If you haven't heard in church, we've been talking a little bit about the little puppy we got a couple weeks ago, and letting him out this morning at about 10 degrees was a little challenging. So hope you're staying warm, hope you're doing good. I hope you're having so far a meaningful Ash Wednesday. Today is Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of the season of Lent. And Lent is, I think, a really meaningful season that precedes Easter, and it's a time of fasting and reflection and repentance and an acknowledgement of our complete dependence on God. And that is, in large part, what the ashes signify, that we are made from dust to dust we will return, and outside of God's grace, outside of God's breath of life, we are nothing. And so it is an acknowledgement of our frailty, our humanity, and that, like I said, outside of God's grace, outside of God's blessing, we have and are nothing. And so I hope that you are able to use this season of Lent, these next 40 days before Easter, for some meaningful spiritual work. This past week, I gave a challenge to be in prayer throughout these 40 days. And if you're already in prayer every day, to go deeper with your prayer life, maybe incorporating some silence or fasting or some sacred reading into your prayer life. And so hopefully you're able to do that starting today. So if you haven't already, today is a good day to start. But anyway, I want to give you a couple updates on where we're going in the church, a couple announcements. The first is that this Sunday, as we begin this season of Lent, we are starting a new series that's focusing on prayer, but focusing on prayer from a bit of a different angle. It's not looking at prayer in terms of making requests or necessarily intercessory prayer for others, but it's seeing prayer as this means of grace that God gives us in order to connect with Him. That prayer is not an obligation. Prayer is not something that we must do as Christians, and if we don't, we're failing. It's about maintaining a relationship with God. And it's an opportunity to be in the presence of God, to hear from Him, to pour out, sometimes to pour out our worries onto God, like we talked about this past Sunday, but I think even more than that, it's just being accessible to God. And there's a verse that we're going to be using for this series that is sort of the heart of what we're going at with prayer. And this is from Psalm 27, and it's verse 4. And David writes this. He says, "One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek Him in His temple." And so that is sort of our theme verse for this series on prayer that we're calling With God. The series title is With God, because that is our aim in prayer, to set aside time, to set aside significant portions of our day to simply meet with God, to be available to Him. And so I'm looking forward to preaching through that series and practicing that as we go throughout this season of Lent. A couple announcements that I'll leave you with. First, for our confirmands, our confirmation students, classes for confirmation are starting on Monday the 22nd. We're going to be meeting the fourth Monday of every month. That's going to be our pattern unless something changes, and I'll let you know if that happens. But the fourth Monday of every month, and this upcoming Monday, the 22nd, is the fourth Monday. So if you are a confirmation student, please be here on the Monday the 22nd at 6:30. We will meet down in the fellowship hall from 6:30 to 8. Please wear masks. We'll be distanced. And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting with you all, getting that class started, and meeting with you throughout this next year. So yeah, if you have a student or know of a student who was interested in confirmation or was definitely wanting to be involved, you can please let me know that they'll be there, but also please show up on the 22nd at 6:30. Secondly, our outreach team has come up with a really great plan of blessing the teachers in the Frewsburg School District. And so you will see in the midweek email and also probably in the bulletin this upcoming Sunday, some items that we're asking people to bring in so that we can put together just care packages, like just packages of gifts and signs of appreciation for our teachers and teachers' aides in the Frewsburg School District. And so if you're able to bring something in, that'd be great. And we just want to show our teachers that we love them and we appreciate them. We know this year has been hard, and that we just love them for just all the ways they love our kids and go above and beyond, especially this past year where I would not want to be a teacher because they've had to do some pretty extreme things in order to reach out to our kids. So if you are able to bring in some of these items that we can, then put together and give to the teachers, please do. But yeah, other than that, I'm sure there's other announcements in the midweek that I am forgetting, but I'm sure you all can read those. But that's it for me for now. Reach out if you have any questions, concerns, prayer needs, praises. I'd love to hear those. And so, yeah, that's it for me. Have a good week. Hopefully we will see you Sunday.